This is the growth strategist, Aldana Ambler, and today I want to talk about the fact that financial privacy is one of the attributes of joint ventures, and most people don't realize that. In fact, let's just think about people's assumptions for a second. You know, if you need a loan or a line of credit and you're going to a bank, you're going to have to reveal all of your financials, your projections, you know, your balance statement, your credit, your debt, all that. Or if you're going to the Economic Development Authority or the SBA, it's full disclosure. And in fact, if you're launching your second or your seventh enterprise, privacy about the details of your first company, you know, they're probably going to get revealed. But now think about, if, you know, we've been working with a lot of companies that have been reluctant to do joint ventures because maybe they're thinking that it's like getting a loan or a line with a bank. But it isn't. In a joint venture, now I'm not an attorney, but I've had attorneys help us with our joint ventures. In a joint venture, what's nice about them is that it is often a few companies that are coming together for mutual benefit, and they each contribute to this new entity, the new enterprise, that has deadlines and its own paperwork. It's a third entity if there's two companies involved. And that investment can come in the form of money, it can come in the form of time, it can come in exchange of services, it can come in products. There's a lot of ways you can contribute, and it's all valued. I've seen some folks not want to do that because they figure they're the wealthier of the two companies, and if anything goes wrong, aren't they going to be expected to be the one coming up with the cash to bail everybody out? And I'm not seeing that. In a joint venture where you're talking about the distribution of proceeds being and profit being equitable and mirroring how people put up money in the first place, I'm not seeing the kind of worry being justified. Follow me? Right now, you know, I'm in the process of launching my 8th enterprise. And this one's a little different than some other ones because this is an economic development initiative. And in fact, it's going to be one of New Jersey's first public benefit organizations. So it's taken a while even to have the attorneys figure out all the paperwork and processing. It's a non-government organization, an NGO. And one of the things I've noticed is that, you know, there's two firms that have invested money, mine and another, you know, about $50,000 a piece just in the first wave to do the research, get the product in place, get the trademarking, you know, set up the operation, all of that. And we're at that point now where it's at more of a joint venture feel, where a number of other companies that would get benefit from participating can all step up and contribute some money to the venture for it to pay off for everybody. But whether or not the first company, the second company, or the 15th company is flush with money or broke is none of our business. That doesn't matter. It's whatever they contributed in work and in dollars toward the enterprise and the fair and equitable balance that's going to matter. I've worked with over 50 corporate sponsors when they are investing in positive marketing as a result of their money. And it's the same thing there. So this is a reminder. Don't avoid a joint venture because you're worried about how someone would perceive your financials. They don't have to see them. This is the growth strategist, Aldana Ambler.